Hey everybody, what's up? Circus here coming at you with this week's Rogue Deck Roundup, and joining me as always is Kamel because he loves doing the Rogue Deck Roundup. How you doing, buddy?
I sure do. What's up, man? How you doing?
It's kind of like we're doing the minor leagues for the power rankings, right? Maybe one day these guys will get to the big leagues
Yeah, they're the up and comings, the hopefuls.
or the
See who will make
has-beens
it in.
or
Hopefuls or the has-beens. That's
right.
true. Most of them turn out being has-beens. So
All right, so if you guys don't know what we're doing here, it's like power rankings, but for rogue decks, and you're saying, what's a rogue deck? Well, we just know it when we see it. We don't really have an exact definition, but what we do is we track decks throughout the week in tournaments and see how they do, and then we assign them points on how they finish. All right, so if they get a first place finish, they're going to get 6 points. If they get a second place finish, they get 4 points. Top four is 2 points, and a top eight is a single point. So that's how we score them. And then we track all the tournaments. The tournaments have to be rounds of Swiss into a top cut. They have to have one deck. They have to have a 7 card side deck where they can side in a skill if they so desire. And this week there were 11 tournaments, and there they are: Battle Phase Series, the Meta Freakly Weekly Series, Pharaoh's Cash Tournament, the Ellie Hotel Cup. So quite a few tournaments in the past week to collect data from. All right. So all of that being said,
Mhm.
Kamel, do you have any idea what the best rogue deck of the week is?
Well, Megalith's been looking strong lately. It's been catching on since it won the KC Cup,
A
so we'll see.
whopping 9
9
points.
points. That's good.
That's
That's good
huge.
for rogue decks. Wow.
All right. Yeah, it is Megaliths. You're right.
Wow. Megaliths. Okay. All right. Well, Megaliths, after they won the KC Cup, Candy Crusher winning it, they have been popping off in tournaments lately. They are the most powerful rogue deck, I think, right now. And correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first rogue deck roundup we've done of Xyz World.
Yeah, I wanted to wait a little bit because it seemed like everything was a rogue deck for a little bit since we didn't even really have a
And
meta,
you
you
know
know?
what's great? You know what's great? Megalith is an Xyz deck, which is crazy. It's a ritual and Xyz deck. It does both.
Nice. But
So how fitting, the most powerful rogue deck is an Xyz deck.
right. And I figure Blue Eyes at this point, it's always in and out of the meta. It's out right now, so I think it qualifies as a has-been rogue deck.
Yeah, I would say as well. It has not. I wouldn't call it meta. Even when it comes on the tier list, it's just because like there's just one matchup that kind of goes well for it. So I don't think it really ever belongs there. So
Yeah,
let's see what you think about Bloods Beta Rogue decks, but there it is. Four
kind of
points.
the same thing with Cyber Dragons. I mean, they were hot for a
Yeah.
while. We just don't see them in tournaments very often. They do okay. Obviously, they scored some points in the past week, but they aren't like they once were. So I can't really say that they're a main strategy anymore.
I mean, hey man, we didn't put Dark Magician when they weren't doing good in Rogue
Yeah,
decks, so
that
we
was.
gotta we gotta figure out where we're gonna draw the line.
Well, I just thought that was too funny. We had to include them in because I think they scored like 4 points that week. That was hilarious. All right, so let's
Mhm.
take a look at Megaliths here. First place, 9 points. They took second in the Meta Freakly Sunday, second in the PCT, and a top eight in Battle Phase EU. And here's our boy Candy Crusher taking second place in the Meta Freakly Sunday.
Yeah, and I am sure that Candy Crusher is playing some Xyz monsters in the extra deck. I'll find out really quickly. But yeah, this Megalith deck, it just works very well. The overpower, like I shouldn't say overpower, but the overwhelming ability of the Phallic to boost all of your guys up to like above 4K based on how many ritual monsters you have in the grave is insane. Being able to bring him out after the Bathor wiping your opponent's board is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
That's just game. So they have a lot of great options to them. And of course, the Senju, you see, it does help. You have access to those through a bundle, so take that into account. But Megaliths are pretty effective if you just know how to play the deck.
Well, I think he's lucky because he's one of the 12 people that know how to play the deck or that
With
played
the
the deck
12
last
people.
week. Um, I think of those 12 times that got played last week, at least 11 of them were probably Candy Crusher in all the different tournaments. So And maybe he entered twice into one of them. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe I'm trying to find his extra deck, alas, but basically, many of the ritual monsters are level 4, and you use those for your Gaga Cowboy, your Utopia, your Samurai, what have you.
So you
Whatever.
wouldn't want to XZ summon even if you could, basically.
No, I mean you sometimes you want to. Sometimes
Cowboy
you
for
want to.
game, I get it. We love watching it on stream, but
Yeah,
otherwise, I think you much
people play
rather
this with the
have the
extra deck.
Megaliths out on the field.
Yeah, that as well.
But they had a pretty high conversion rate, both to the top 32 and the top 8 this week, 25%. So congratulations, Megaliths.
Nice.
All right, moving on to Blue Eyes. This is one hell of a deck list right here.
Yeah, oddly enough, the Ninja 30 card Blue Eyes deck is seeing some success, and Max K getting top 4 in the Saturday pop up tournament with this 30 cards, really doubling down on all of the stone usage, all of the trap cards,
Yeah,
all of the spell and trap cards are committed towards utilizing White Stone of the Ancients, except the Feet of Shane and
right.
the Ninja Trap. So you can really tell what the focus of this deck is, and this deck is a blast from the past as well, playing Dawn Knight as well.
Yep.
So you have 6 targets for these. Oh my gosh, that is 9. Count them, 9 traps for
Yeah.
removing your Dawn Knight
Ballista
or your
Squad, Regeki Break, Karma Cut. Yep.
Karma Cut. That is absolutely huge. But yeah, top 4 Blue Eyes. I like it. I've always been suspicious of the Ninja Blue Eyes. I don't really know how it works, but I guess you get out of Blue Eyes, so you transform it with a trap. So
You're suspicious of it. I like that.
yeah, I mean, I've never seen the advantages too good, but I guess hey, top 4 to tournament in this meta, it must be good, you know.
Yep. So yeah, it got played 54 times, made the top 32 conversion of 22%, the top 8 of 6%. That's, that'd be pretty good on the power rankings. It just didn't bring home the points. I think if it had more representation and had a top 8 conversion of 6%, it could have been somewhere in the, in the regular power
I think
rankings.
it has. I think it has the good representation, but I think the thing is like, not many people are on to this version of Blue Eyes, right? What we're looking at right now,
Mm-hmm.
many people are probably still playing the regular Sage with the stones, the 20 cards, and that just might not be enough right now for Blue Eyes. They may need this 30 cards, just straight up oppression with these traps, like being able to run so many, and 20 cards, you can't really do that with Blue Eyes. You got to
Well,
run cards of consonants. That's something he's not running. By the way, no cards of consonants in this list.
there's no room.
Yeah,
He ran out of room.
so
No, but if
trash.
it had representation like Shiranui did this past week, what was it, like 226 people
Yeah.
playing it? I mean, I think it definitely would have scored more points.
Mhm.
All right, moving on to the next one. This is a deck I know nothing about. I don't care about. Gian is going to be mad at me for saying that, but that's just the way it is, buddy. Not a big fan. Thunder Dragons. This is for some reason a
Thunder
fan favorite.
Dragon.
Why is this a fan favorite? I don't get it, but there you
I don't
go.
know. Thunder Dragons was always like it was always kind of fun with the summoning methods. I felt, but ever since it has come kind of off of the ban list in a unique ways. Gold Sark's still limited. This is the new way to kind of play it. And yes, they're playing vanilla Thunder Dragon now because they need to get those light monsters in the grave. You discard one, add 2 to your hand. You can use them for Dragonhawk to reload your hand. You can use it for, I don't know, anything. Pitch them to the grave, summon them for a synchro plays. They're playing more tuners now. Now running Jet Synchron instead of the Plague Spreader Zombie. This is Ruginary, probably the most consistent Thunder Dragon player. And back to running Spear, Karibo, all things that you could just easily ditch and be able to use Banish from the Grave for fodder for Chaos Dragon Levianeer and your Thunder Dragon duo. So yeah.
So what changed that we're seeing this back in the meta now?
What changed is we ditched the Lightsworn engine. There's no more need to focus on milling. So now they really just want to get enough materials in the grave for Levianeer and be able to banish their Thunder Dragons consistently so they always have the materials they need for Levianeer and to special summon Thunder Dragons and Synchro Summon.
So why aren't
And
we
now
seeing?
they could do that without the Lightsworn engine.
Then why aren't we seeing this deck doing better than it has been? I mean, 3 top 8s isn't bad, but it's also not that good.
Yeah, it's just not that good. That's just it. The Lightsworn engine made this deck a lot more consistent, made synchroing so much easier,
Hmm.
and straight up they don't have that, right? Another deck that lost Lightsworn engine, Witchcrafters, right? They don't have that. That's why they're struggling so bad right now. Any deck that loses the Lightsworn engine, they're just gonna be weaker. But yeah, just people like Ruginary probably has all 3 of the points for this deck, or
Right,
2
yeah,
of the
it's
3
probably one
points.
guy. Well, you can see they have pretty much the same representation and conversion rate as Blue Eyes, but
As Blue Eyes, yeah.
just didn't bring it home this week. All right,
Yeah,
moving on.
so Thunder Dragon's definitely gonna need more before they're really good.
Hopefully, that doesn't happen. I don't know why. I just don't care about the deck. I'm sorry to all you Thunder Dragon fans. All right, moving on to the next one. Cyber Dragons, very oppressive deck for a very long time. Rogue deck status. Now look at that. 4th place with 3 points, a top 4 and a top 8. But look at it. Same thing. 42 people played it over the past week. Top 5 or top 8 conversion rate of 5%. So I don't know.
Yeah,
There seems to be
Cyber
like
Dragons.
would you really want to go into an old box and get 2 Fusion Gate to play this deck? That's all I'm
No.
saying. That's
And
all
let
I'm
me tell
saying.
you why. Cyber Dragons, they can win, right? But they've just in the last ban list, they just took away so many of the things that let them win more. So now they just win less on so many fronts. Your skill is immensely nerfed. You have an increased life point cost, and you can summon less proto cybers, and you have less of your trap that straight up says you win the duel. So
Right.
you just have you have less cyber dragons to summon with. You have less cyber dragons to banish to destroy with. So you just have less materials to operate with overall. So you have to have a card like Fusion Gate, but then you're on diminished returns. There's so much else out there right now. Your Rampage Dragon after it pops back row is not good enough in most cases uh, to win you the duel.
I'm
That's just
guessing
straight up.
I'm guessing the people that went into Fusion Gate are the ones that like went all in on Cyber Dragons and they don't have another deck, so they're like, well, I guess I have
Dude,
to get
Kara
Fusion Gate.
Curry's, you can use cash in to negate Rampage Dragon on summon. Like, come on, that's it. You're done. So many other decks. All you need Phoenix Chain. It's staple in most decks right now. All you need to do is flip that card up. Rampage Dragon's done. That's their ace in the hole.
Or just a Floodgate or Canada does the same thing.
Yeah, I mean anything. If
Yeah.
you're going to negate its effect, anything like that.
You just flip it down. It can blow up my whole field as long as I flip it down. I don't care. As long as I
So if
survive.
you have the deck, already. Don't feel bad, but don't go out and get it if you don't have it.
Yeah, the 2 Fusion Gates are what are killing me now. I just can't believe that people are going into that old
Yeah.
of a box.
Well, when we see it pop off in tournaments, that's how they do it. They're like, all right, Fusion Gate, boom, fuse my whole hand. All right, Sabaran Dragon, and then he searches with core everything, and it's over.
Yeah. Still, getting those Fusion Gates. I mean, what else are you getting in that box? Is that the first box? Is that the Sphere Karibo box?
Yeah, it's really old. That's the Sphere Karibo box.
Well, maybe if
Uh,
there'd be nothing worse than getting you already have 3 Sphere Karibo and you're trying to get Fusion Gate and you get more Sphere Karibo.
Absolutely terrible.
So
Just terrible.
this is not a recommended deck, by the way.
Yeah, no way.
We'll move on to the last one. This one I just like saying Mayaya Kashi in 5th place.
Oh gosh, if there was one deck that I could not recommend to you, it is Mayakashi. And yeah, I'm still not going to recommend Mayakashi to anyone because I don't think this deck has a win condition. I can't really speak on the deck. I don't like it very much, but message Mythior in Discord, he likes it, but straight up deck does not have a win con, and that's why only one person played it. Or one person of note.
Yeah, one person, Jerry. Jerry got a top 4 with it. I got to call that tournament. It
What
was
do you
fun.
think about Mayakashi?
like you said, I mean, they like to climb the synchro ladder, but when they get to the top, there's nothing really up there, and everybody's like, we just need our
Yeah,
11 and we'd be in there. It's like,
yeah. That's
well,
something
you
Myth. I
don't have it.
remember Myth had saying that they need their level 11 synchro monster, and straight up like don't straight up don't get the stack. They don't have anything they need to succeed, and yeah, not really much more to say about it, to be honest.
But then if you look at the numbers, look at that. Got played 16 times. Look at the top 8 conversion rate. 6%. It just keeps happening. 6%. I'm telling you.
I mean, 1 out of 16. That's it. That's what it
Right.
was.
So, I mean, if it gets played a lot more, maybe it scores more points. It's at 6%. I mean, that's on power rankings, we're like, that's a healthy number for a deck that gets played a lot. If Shiranui got 6%, we're like, damn, that's pretty good for Shiranui.
I don't know. I'd have to see this guy's like tournament run. I think it was definitely a fluke that he got these 2 points.
Right.
I have to see his top 32 run for sure.
All right, let's do the at a glance stuff here. Overall representation: Blue Eyes in first place, followed by Thunder Dragons,
Yeah.
Cyber Dragons, Magician Girls, and it just kind of drops off. Magician Girls just scoring like a single point, I think, this past week, so they made it just outside of the top 5. But Trimid, same thing.
So Magician Girls officially actually garbage. So
Right.
don't even play Magician Girls. Don't even try it. Evoked Roids. That's where it's at.
Yeah, and Trimid. Now, we don't speak about invoked roids here, by the way. We don't talk about them. All right. Conversion rates, here you go. That's what you want to see. Megalith just dominating this week. Look at that, 25% conversion rate to the top 8. Trimid's
Wow,
not doing
absolutely
too bad,
insane.
but they didn't get played a whole lot either, so they scored a single point.
Yeah, Megaliths absolutely nuts. I don't know too much about the deck. We honestly got to interview Candy Crusher because I need to know how Megaliths work, and we got to let you guys know because
I think
Megaliths
he's
are
the only
hot.
one. I think he's the only one that knows how, and he has a flow chart, and he's not sharing it with anybody.
Megaliths are a hot deck, hot rogue deck, and they're all in that mini box. Although you do need your staple ritual support to play the deck. So
Yeah,
very
look at
good,
those
pretty
Senjus, aren't
cool.
you? Those are
Yeah, for
old
real.
cards. There's a bundle, but they're still old cards.
Yeah, he was playing 3.
Yep. All right, top 8 finishes. Megaliths, of course, in first, followed by Thunder Dragons, Blue Eyes, Cyber Dragons, Trimids, Mayakashi, Mayaya, and Magician Girls.
And yep.
And most victories, there you go. Shiranui, Karakuri, Blackwings,
What?
Heroes,
What?
Crystons, Invoked
What
Roids.
the
What?
heck? What the heck is this?
This is what
What?
real decks look like, folks.
Oh my gosh!
I thought
See,
that'd be funny to do because all
you baited all the people who hate the meta. They only watch the rogue deck videos. You got them.
All right, we'll take a look at the main list one more time before we get out of here. But as you can see, Magician Girls scoring 2 points. I'm sorry, so they must have gotten 2 top 8s, and then Trimids with a single point. So I think Mayakashi had the top 4, so it got 2 points. It got a top 4 where Magician Girls got 2 top 8s, so that's why you see the tiebreaker going to Mayakashi. So there you go.
Yep, so Megaliths, definitely king of the rogue decks right now. I can comfortably say. So I don't know. Anything else is not really hitting it right now.
Well, and it's also got a double-digit win this week, or double the score because it's 9. The next one is 4, so that's double the score. In Herf's world, that makes it a tier 0 deck.
Tier 0.
It's a tier 0 rogue deck. All right. So
Wow.
watch out, Megaliths coming.
There's the video title. Tier 0 rogue deck.
A tier 0 rogue deck. Could you imagine the views we'd get on that? Maybe that'll be the thumbnail. Maybe you've already seen it. Maybe it's the thumbnail.
Yeah, that's why I clicked it.
Tier 0 Megaliths. Yep, there you go. All right, we're going to get out of here. I hope you guys like the Rogue Deck Roundup. We'll do it again next week if you do. So if you do like it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. And make sure to get in our Discord because that's the most important thing because then you can be in there when we announce tournaments and you can be the guy playing Megaliths and get your name up on the screen. And we have a great new player help channel in there where we can help you get started if you're new to tournaments or you're maybe a little afraid to play in one. It's really not that bad. It's actually, dare I say, fun. So get in there and
Yeah,
check it out.
be sure to get in the Discord for Spook Phase, October 25th through the 31st. 6 tournaments during the week. There you go. Gonna
6
be great.
tournaments, all $50 prizes. So that's
Yep.
great. Free to enter, as always. Discord, free to enter, as always. So get in there, guys. And the
Yep.
2% of women that watch this channel. Get in there too.
Peace out,
All right,
guys.
see you later.